Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This video is about suggesting you some games for this car. Basically, I have MSI GTX 750 Ti OC edition. This was released in 2014 and I think I got this card in 2015. So it has served me well for all these years. These are the specs you can see. 2 GB is the VRAM. I think there is also a 4 GB variant. That variant will actually go above, it will perform better than this version obviously, but personally the limitation factor of 750 Ti is basically the DirectX 11 support. It says DirectX 12 but you will not be able to run DirectX 12 games. For example, Assassin's Creed Valhalla and the latest Uncharted Legacies. Those are the only thing that's pulling this card behind. Otherwise, I think it could have been a long running card. You can still play the games as long as they don't require DirectX 12 support. That's the introduction part, and hope you enjoy the rest of the games I'm showing you. Let's get into it. Starting with Forza Horizon 5. Now let's just set our realistic expectations first. This card can only go up to playable 30 FPS at 1080p gameplay, so anything above that is a plus, so expect that. I played this game on 720p because this is an old video of mine. I already have a video uploaded full length of this if you're interested. Back then I did not have 1080p monitor, so I only tried this on 720p and it was playable with everything low, and this game will run fine, but the 2 GB limitation will highly affect the performance. So that's it. That's Forza Horizon 5 for you. Give it a try. Moving on with Days Gone. This also was an old video I uploaded. You can see the processor is different here, but it was playable even back then, so obviously it will be playable on 1080p 30 FPS or even more. You can notice that it's really good FPS on 720p.
Go on.
And
Get out of here, you little shits.
1080p will give even more. So that's Days Gone. Give it a try if you want. Good game, really good story. I played it completely. Now let's move on to the next one. Next one is the Plague Tale series. This is the first one, and the sequel, the Requiem one, also works at a similar frame rate. I saw its benchmark videos. I currently don't have that game. I plan to buy it when I get a very good GPU, because I want to experience the whole high quality textures with this game, because this is a story driven game. You do not need more FPS for this. 30 FPS is more than enough. I actually hard coded that 30 FPS with Riva Tuna so that I don't have to worry about varying FPS. I completed this game and it's a good game. You don't need much high FPS to enjoy this game. 30 FPS is more than sufficient. So that's it, Plague Tale series, give it a try. Moving on is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. By this I mean every previous Assassin's game could be playable easily. Playing this on 720p, and you can also try with 1080p if you want. Of course you have to reduce textures for that. I personally like to play games balancing between high quality textures and performance. So if there is an option that I can go with high quality textures, I go with that. That's why I selected 720p. As you can see, the frames are manageable. I have completed this game, so you have no issues playing this at this frame rate if you want. Easy playable, and that's it for this game. Do give it a try if you haven't played already.
talking? We need you to settle an argument.
Now this is NFS
You know
Heat,
us both pretty well.
the latest entry so far in NFS. The settings you can see, I went back to 900p because that was basic balance between that gives consistent 30 FPS.
No, that's exactly where you are. You two gotta sort this out yourselves. On the street, head to
Gate
head.
game performance are steady about 30 FPS most of the time. Enjoyable. I played this game, completed it. If you want a racing game other than Forza, you can go for this. Forza could have that limitation where it could affect performance. You won't face such things on NFS Heat. That's why I added this video for those who needed racing game as well. Moving further, we got Final Fantasy VII. It's a remake version. There are not many settings to move around to get more frames, so I just use 1080p. You can also go with 720p if you want. You do get between 25 to 30 FPS, manageable frame rate. You can play this game easily.
Ha! We can take this hunk of junk.
That hunk of junk is a heavy weapons platform. If we rush in,
To be honest, I only played the first 30 minutes of this game, so I don't know if any future segments require high quality or high VRAM. So far it went smooth with 30 FPS. As you can see, it's playable. If you want to give this game a try, you can play with this graphic card 720 Ti, 1050 Ti.
here we go.
So that's it for Final Fantasy. If you like this, do give it a try. So let's move on. I think this is the most demanding game currently, CyberPunk 2077. Still manageable. The only issue I face is that selecting any FSR quality above would crash this game, so I just set it on auto, as you can see here. Playing at 768, you can also go into 720p to get consistent 30 FPS. Another game I did not complete because I want to experience it with high graphics, so I'm waiting for a new graphic card and I will try it then. But it does seem playable because it is a city area. This is the most frame dropping area. On outskirts you will get more FPS, so it's easily enjoyable. So it's up to you if you want to give this a try. And this is it for CyberPunk 2077. Give it a try. Now this is Horizon Zero Dawn. Also playable. It also is manageable between 28 to 30 FPS. This is like after 30 minutes to 40 minutes of gameplay. After that you will reach this point. So it was fairly playable until then. Not sure if there are any future areas that require more system resources, but so far if this is all it needs, then it is manageable and playable. For some reason the audio did not get recorded in this footage, but I don't think that's an issue for you. So give it a try if you want to. 30 FPS, as you can see, its averages out at 30. If possible, do play this game in higher quality if you are managed to get a different graphic card, because this game is beautiful. And that's just my take on it. Let's go into the next one. Now this is Dying Light 2. Of course Dying Light 1 can also be easily playable. I played that on 50 to 60 FPS. This is latest title, so I lowered this resolution at 900p. Easily 30 FPS averages everywhere.
That's the chemical dumps.
I need to get there.
Too bad. Only way to go is through the tunnel.
Again, this is also fairly ahead in the game. This is 30 to 40 minutes into the game, and the frame rates were consistent, 30 to 45 FPS, something like that. Indoors the FPS will be more. Outdoors it is 30 FPS, as you can see. Not sure if there are any more crowded areas that require high resources, but so far it's playable. Give it a try.
Special
Dying
unit?
Light 2. Last but not the least, this is Spider-Man, latest entry in this series. Playing at 1920, I mean 1080p, sorry. And as you can see, it's very playable. When you're swinging around, it's around 40 FPS, and when you are in the mission area, like I will show you now, the manageable frame rate is 30 FPS, as you can see now. It drops to 30 when you are engaging in combat and everything. So totally playable, nothing that's not playable. So if you want to play at this frame rate at 1080p, you can give it a try. As you can see, it dropped to almost 30 FPS. If you think you can play it at this FPS, you can give it a try. It's totally manageable. So that's it for my top 10 list. Now that is not all of I have planned. There are more. So let's get into those lists.
Okay, Yuri, all done.
Now for extra games, in case you're wanting to need more recommendations, I use this website to get some clear idea of whatever games are available. You can sort them by yearly basis. The games I covered were from latest 2 to 3 years. So before that, there were also good games like Red Dead Redemption 2. It's also playable. So anything above 2019, I mean anything below 2019 will be easily playable, no issues whatsoever. Try any games you want. Devil May Cry also playable, I played that game. Sekiro also, I played that game. Control also I played. So most of the games are playable. Only the latest ones which require hard-coded DirectX 12, only those one will not launch. If there was a way to launch them, I think our this card would have been sufficiently managed that, and the 4 GB variant of 750 Ti would easily be sustainable for next 2 years, I think. But the DirectX 12 is the real killer for this card, I think. The future games will obviously be more focused on DirectX 12, and that's the reason I'm going to switch my card now. And hopefully anyone watching this video got some good recommendations. I will post this link in the description in case you want to check them out. And that's it for this video. In case anyone found this useful, please share it with others, or like, say, subscribe and all that stuff. Thanks for watching. It was fun making this video. I'll see you in next one.